All right, welcome back. It is now time for Ask the Expert, and today we're talking about starting the new year with purpose.
Yeah, joining us live this afternoon to talk about all this, Dr. Joe Johnson with some tips. Thanks for being with us. So yeah, what is the biggest tip about starting the new year off with a purpose?
Well, let me say this first. You know, one of the things that we need to begin to think about is we don't need a calendar to tell us that there's one particular day of the year where we need to start doing something different. And so I want people to understand that every time you feel like you want to move forward in your life and do something different, you got to start that day. So today is the day we're going to start. Today is the day we're going to begin to do something different and figure out how we can move forward in our purpose.
So my new year is transferable.
Absolutely.
All right, so let's talk about what hinders me from making that decision to start anew.
Yes, indeed. So there are a lot of people who they're in pain right now. And when I say pain, there are a lot of people who they're in their careers, they have this family, or they're in a relationship, and they're struggling right now. And what they don't realize is that often that pain has been unresolved from years and stuff that were happening in their past. And so what we need to do is begin to release ourselves from that pain. And one of the things that I actually did this year is I found a therapist. And some people are so scared to find therapists.
Oh no, I will go to a therapist in a heartbeat.
Exactly. But it's important for us to release ourselves from that pain, because if we don't, we'll be stuck and continue to stay in our same circumstances.
So one of the things you talk about is fear, and not fear in the typical definition.
Yes, yes. So in my book, Pursue Your Purpose, Not Your Dreams, I speak about this word fear. And what I know is there are a lot of people that are traumatized by or with fear, and they will stay in toxic work environments. They'll stay around toxic people. And what happens is when you don't tackle that fear, right, you stay exactly where you are. And so fear for me is finding excuses about reality. The reality is, if you don't put yourself around people that can help guide you past that fear, if you don't acknowledge the fear, you will continue to be in the same place you were last year when you said, this is what I want to do different this upcoming year.
So we kind of tease this talking about our diet for 2019. And you're talking about the people who are around you, toxicity. So what we put in is what we get out. So talk a little bit more about that.
Well, whenever we bring up the word diet, what happens is a lot of us immediately we go to food. And when I talk about diet, I'm thinking about the people we have around us. I'm thinking about the energy that we allow around us. I'm thinking about everything that we intake, the information. And so for me, I understand that our diet needs to consist of everything that can help us grow. So let me give you a prime example. When you think of diet, I don't want you to think that, oh, I need a healthy intake of protein or vitamins. You may need a healthy intake of some spiritual food, right? Some people might say you need a healthy intake of spiritual food, when in reality, we need to give you some organic, upgraded thinking so that you can up-level yourself, right? And then the last part of that is we need to make sure that in our diet, we're bringing everything that we can in our lives that'll help us grow, including people, information, going to places to get around new things, just to make sure that we can live purposeful in the new year.
Well, I feel like it's January 1 already. Happy New Year, Dr. Joe.
Best part about all that is it could be any day, right?
Indeed.
It doesn't have to be New Year's.
Thank you so much for coming out here.